And welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Sonic Origins Plus. This is a different screen than we've been doing normally. In the last episode, we went through the museum, and we unlocked everything in the museum. Did all the extra challenges that we needed to do to unlock everything, bought everything with the coins that we needed. So we 100% of the museum. We have unlocked everything. In today's episode, there is like one extra thing that I can probably look at before I get into the meat of something else that I was planning on doing for this Let's Play. And that's kind of a thing we touched on last episode, and that was boss rush mode. Each game has a boss rush mode where you have to challenge every boss of the game in a row and pretty much defeat them all one by one. You do get prizes for the end of it, and I'm going to try to do all the boss rushes from every game in this episode if I can. So, without further ado, let's head on into... Let's start up. You can play as any character you want. You can play as Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, or Amy. We're just going to do Sonic, because that's just how it is. Yeah, I know, we started a new one, but that one was kind of just a fluke. So, right off the bat, we're going to be starting Sonic 1's boss rush mode. We're going to be starting off with the Egg Wrecker. Very first boss in Sonic history. The thing is with boss rush mode is they're very stingy with rings and stuff, so you have to just be careful when you're fighting these bosses. You have to know how to watch their patterns and attack them in order to avoid getting killed. There's going to be some of the bosses that give you rings, so that way you can take care of them. But pretty much it's just a standard thing that we just have to do is just avoid the Egg Wrecker, avoid his wrecking ball, and just attack Eggman whenever he's open like this. And you just kind of repeat of everything, and that's it. You do get 3 lives to do this, so you get it's not like a thing you have to do in one go and whatnot. So we're gonna be taking on the Egg Scorcher this time. What I usually do is I wait until he gets over to the side I'm on and the fire clears up on the other side before I jump over there. Because this gets a little bit tricky, trying to do this without rings. I mean, that's just par for the course. Fighting a boss without rings sucks. So, you just have to come over here and just wait until he just comes around on your side and then attack him like normally. It's really not that hard. Now we're on to the next boss, the Egg Stinger. The boss from Spring Yard Zone. So what I do is I usually just kind of lead him into it. Every time he turns around is when he's gonna charge up for an attack. You just have to, lure him into a spot and kind of avoid him that way. So as soon as he moves over to this side, he's gonna come down and gonna try to get a block, and I just managed to kind of get squeezed up there and I got killed. I wouldn't worry about getting a game over, because there is a little bit of an exploit, I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, even though they give you like 3 lives in order to defeat the bosses, it's not really that big of a deal. Because there's a little exploit you can do to continue your run, no matter what. So you'll have basically infinite lives as long as you just follow this step-by-step process. I didn't know this because I was like, oh man, how am I going to beat them all in one go? Because I'm really not good with boss fights. Boss fights are kind of my weakness when it comes to this. But I found this exploit and I was like, oh, I could just do this. That's just great. So, and it continues your run. So I wouldn't worry about it like, oh, you're trying to do this in a time, because yeah, this boss fight is timed and you kind of go for it, but you don't get any rewards for, based on time stuff and everything. You just get rewards for beating it. Alright, so now we're on the Labyrinth Zone boss, and he actually gives you rings for this one. I wouldn't even call this a boss, it's more of just a gauntlet of nonsense we have to go through. Just come up here, avoid the spikes, try to avoid everything coming my way here. Give me a fireball shoot up here. Avoid this. Come through here. Whoa! Almost got hit. The good thing they gave you rings here. I'm gonna be honest with you. And just avoid there. I know. Oh yeah. Got through the boss of the Labyrinth Zone really easily. Wow. This is called Eggmobile. This is the one that's called the Egg Spiker, but this one doesn't give you rings, so you gotta be careful. The Starlight Zone. Man, it's been a while since we did anything with Starlight Zone. I mean, we fought this boss in a challenge, so... Whoa. Yeah. But yeah, as you can see, I died. Right? Defeated. Do you want to retry? Do not hit yes, hit no. If you hit no, it boots you out back to the screen like normal. You're like, okay, so I have to start over. But the thing is, though, with this, it saves your spot. So if you hit continue, you back at the Egg Spiker again with 1 life. So, essentially, you're continuing your run without having to retry or anything like that. You're not penalized for this. So, I would, like I said, I would not worry about getting game overs in boss rush mode. The only reward for boss rush mode is to beat it. That's all. So, hit it, beat. Try to beat the Egg Spiker here. I can't believe that the one that gave me the trouble was the Spring Yard Zone boss. He really is not that hard. I lost 2 lives there because I was getting a little bit too ambitious. I think it was because I was talking a lot, but anyways, we're here at the last boss, and they actually give you rings here, so that's nice. So you just have to do the final boss of Sonic 1. This whole rigmarole again. Come down here, just watch it. You have to find out where Eggman's gonna be popping up. So you just come over here, spin dash out of the way. He's not on this side. That's just bad timing. Woo! There we go. I can't really attack him there because I was gonna get crushed if I wasn't too careful. Okay. There we go. There we got a hit on him. And something that's funny about the boss rush mode, me going through all this, and I'll get into more detail when we get to that game, but and this boss rush mode actually made one of the bosses easier in one of the games. I'll tell you why when we get there. I just find it funny that they actually give you rings during the final boss segment, which, I mean, is a godsend. I love that. But it really does make some of these final bosses really a little bit more easier because you got rings to deal with. Here we go, got another hit. Revving up my spin dash here. You don't technically need to use a spin dash. If you're playing classic mode, you just have to just do a regular spin, you know, if you're trying to get through it really quick. I just use spin dash because it's really quick. I was trying to use it and I ended up losing rings because of it. I just hate the timing of this boss sometimes because it's like I could either be really lucky and Eggman's on the side that I want him to be on, or he's not. There we go. Got another hit on him. Hopefully we can get through this. Come over here, just run around this way. Eggman's not on this side. That's crap. Spin dash on this side. I can't really hit Eggman when I'm cornered in this nook here, but that's all right. Come on, Eggman. There we go. That's it. All right. Yeah, then we destroyed the final boss of Sonic 1 and defeated him. So, what do you get for clearing out boss rush mode? You get 25 coins. That's all you get for clearing out boss rush mode. You want to retry? Nah. So you do get coins for beating boss rush mode, and you can play it as much time as you want. Just clear this mode to get coins. There's no time limit or time estimate to get more coins that I'm aware of anyways, so yeah, just do this and you get coins real easily. Alright, we're gonna go on to Sonic CD's boss rush mode. Let's go ahead and do this one. The Egg HVC001. That's what this thing is called? I would have called it the Egg Bumper or something like that. I guess Eggman just felt really creative with numbers and trying to show off that 300 IQ, I guess. Alright, come on here. Work that thing. There we go. I don't know why it's called that. The egg tilter. Oh, my least favorite boss in this game. Oh, boy. I do not like this boss. This is like my least favorite boss in the entire game. Because I can either get really super lucky or I spend 6 minutes here. And it's just dependent on how well things go, you know? Let's try to get up there. I can't get up there. Yeah. Okay. You get 0 rings for this boss too, so yeah, that'll happen. There we go. Got lucky this run. The egg tilter got destroyed. Now the third one is the egg bubble. It's just the boss with the bubble shield from Mega Man 2. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's like Mega Man 2's boss. Oh man, I forgot about that. That's the thing with this boss, and that's why I hate about this boss is like, yeah, it seems like it's an easy boss to deal with. You just have to hit him one time, and you have to clear out his bubble shield by inhaling his air. The thing is, though, if you're not too careful, if you're too antsy, he will hit you with his little beams and stuff like that. So you just gotta be careful of that whenever he comes around. Gotta be careful here. Down to 1 life again. That's okay. Like I said before, as long as you do that exploit, you can continue your run. It doesn't matter if you lose all your lives. Which I don't know if that's an exploit or just they just meant to do that. We actually get to hear the game over music for Sonic CD. I haven't heard this one in a while. Work that. No. I don't know what the lyrics of this boss music is. I always really like the boss music here. Whoa! That could have been almost hit. That almost hit me. Come on. Oh. Okay, watch it. He's only got 2 bubbles left. There we go. I don't even have to get those 2 bubbles. Alright, number 4 is the egg conveyor. Luckily, they give you rings in this boss fight. You just have to hit them, and you just keep running on the conveyor belt, avoiding the bombs and the whatnot. One little thing, I'm going to show a little clip here. With this boss in particular, if you're playing this boss as Knuckles, he kind of breaks this boss fight a little bit. Yeah, so Knuckles has the climbing ability, right? If you go into that little corner there and just stay there, the boss won't hit you. It's kind of funny. Like, it's just like a boss won't hit you and it'll just end up killing itself. You just have to just stay on that wall the whole time. You don't have to do this conveyor belt nonsense or nothing. Alright, that's it. That's it for the egg conveyor. Now to the egg raiser. The wacky workbench boss. I'm gonna hit him. He's gonna drop some blocks here. Now, you don't have rings in this boss fight, so it gets a little bit more trickier than normal. You gotta be careful where the blocks are gonna fall, and you gotta kind of know where they're at. And watch where this stuff falls from the ceiling. As long as you stay in the middle between that. And jump up here, and jump onto the next level. Now, this last hit, you gotta be careful because stalactites fall from the sky. Like that, little needles come from the sky and kind of cause issues here. So just be careful on this last hit. And then just hit that, and there's Egg Razor. Now we're on to Metal Sonic boss fight. And they actually give you 10 rings on this boss fight. Well, I wouldn't really call this boss fight. It's a boss race. So we're just gonna race Metal Sonic yet again. I'm gonna hit up a super peel out move because I don't get to use this move very often. I hit the spikes. Wrong angle here. I would really suggest using your drop dash if you can. Drop dash is your best friend during this boss fight. As soon as you jump, just kind of rev up one. It'll help you out more than anything. Oh! Except when he does that, obviously. His electric attack. I love how it's a race of the Metal Sonic's like, I'm going to attack you, but you can't attack me during this. Hey, come on. Get out of the way. There we go. There we go. Bye, Metal Sonic. And then finally the egg spinner. That's what this thing is called? They give you 3 rings here. And you don't have to go through that whole segment with the lightning bugs ever again. You just have to fight the boss. So that's nice. You don't have to go through that first stupid firefly nonsense. I think they give you rings here because I don't know how you hit this guy without taking a hit during this segment. Like his first hit, I don't know if he has a hitbox. That's the thing. I always just take the intentional damage and use my invincibility frames to attack him. I don't know what to do in that segment. I don't think there's a segment there you can do to hit him. So I think that's why they give you rings. Because they intend for you to take a damage. That's the only way to damage him. Oh man, I almost got him there. Come on. Can I hit him again? No. There, I'll just take it on the rebound. Alright, egg spinner. You're just high enough I can't reach you. There we go. It hit you there. Okay. He's only got 1 hit left. He's gonna do his pogo. No, or he's gonna do that. Yeah, that's fine. He's gonna go do his pogo stick attack here in a second. I just know it. Now he's only got 1 blade left. There it is. There we go. And that's it for Sonic CD. That's all the boss rush mode in Sonic CD. Like I said, I was dreading this until I found this exploit that you can just continue from where you started. I thought I was going to have to do this over and over again. That made it so much easier. Alright, now that we got 2 games down for boss rush mode, let's go on to Sonic 2. We just finished Sonic CD. And do its boss rush mode. And this one has 10 compared to the other ones. I don't know why the Death Egg music is playing here. That's weird. This is Emerald Hill Zone. This boss is kind of super simple. You just have to pay attention to where your Sonic is at the moment. Just, you know, attack him like normal. He just drives around with this big old drill on the front of the car. You just jump on it. The last hit does kind of like throw you off if he gets off screen before you get the last hit, because he does throw the drill off of his vehicle to attack you. Okay, so this one we've already fought in the challenge mode when it's going like 2 times speed here. Just gotta be careful here, avoid the liquid, avoid the sides, and just attack him like normal. And come on here, drop your liquid. There we go. Egg poison. That's what this thing is called? The egg hammer from Aquatic Ruin Zone. Gonna grab on top of here so I can get advantage. Just gonna come over here with his hammer and shoot spikes out with the hammer. The hammer is gonna hit me. I kind of figured. I gotta be careful if I do that little exploit there. This boss isn't hard, by the way. I shouldn't be, like, dying to it. Most of the bosses in Sonic 2 really aren't that hard. It's just the final boss, really. Just as soon as you fall down, use the spikes to get back up on top of the thing. You used to be able to juggle this boss, but it seems like you can't do that now. I think that was an anniversary mode that they did that, because, yeah, you can't just, like, combo him like you used to. There we go. Egg hammer's destroyed. Now, number 4, Egg Claw. This is what this thing is called? I don't know the name of these Eggmobiles. Anyways, this is the Casino Night Zone boss. We're just gonna... You can kind of use the... He's gonna drop spike balls, but you can kind of just jump off of it on the sides. If you spin dash on the sides there, and you can kind of like launch yourself into him. You just can't attack from the bottom. The bottom is kind of a no-go zone. But as long as you get like launched up and attack him like normal. I remember when we were doing our playthrough of this game, we just beat him with the supersonic because I think I just unlocked him at that point. But this boss isn't that bad. You just can't attack it from the bottom. I can't remember. This is the Egg Scorcher Mark II, I think that's what this is called. From Hilltop Zone. You can still wombo combo him. As long as you just, you know, land back on the surface here. There we go. Egg Scorcher Mark II. Now the Egg Digger. Now, unfortunately, Boss Rush mode doesn't let you fight the Hidden Palace Zone boss that they added in this version. You have to just fight the Mystic Cave Zone boss, which is okay, but yeah, I wanted to fight that boss again. Even though it was kind of a chore to fight, I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of gimmicks to him. Watch out for the spikes that fall from the ceiling. Just attack him when he comes back up. How did I get hit from that? But anyways, that's a good thing we have rings, right? This is the boss that really needed the rings. I'm glad that they kind of gave us rings here. Okay, can I hit him here? Yeah, there we go. Get another hit on him before he goes back up. I hate stalactites. I hate stalactites. There we go. Egg Digger's destroyed. Now the next one is the Egg Marine from Oil Ocean Zone. Unfortunately, no rings here, so you gotta be careful with this boss. This boss is a little bit more tougher than normal. I mean, granted, you can do this, but the thing is, though, just gotta watch out for his giant spike thing that comes out of the ground, and then he comes over here. Does his laser beam. Be careful whenever he's about ready to attack the bottom there. I just always duck. He only does 3 attacks with the laser. And you could just wombo combo him again. There we go. That's good. Egg Marine's dead. The Egg Bouncer. Good thing to give us rings here. Metropolis Zone boss. You just have to kind of be careful here. This is kind of a hard thing to hit him. It's hard to hit him in general with this boss until all his balloons are popped, really. I say that and I only got hit once, so. Oh, no, there goes another hit. Kill the balloon, pop the balloon. I always have trouble with this boss. I don't know why. All right, come down. There we go. Balloon popped in my face. Easy come, easy go. He's gonna start shooting a laser. Egg Bouncer destroyed. The Laser Prison from Wing Fortress Zone. This boss is a little bit more harder. Good thing they give you rings here. Now you just have to, this is kind of a boss you kind of have to, you know, wait until, kind of more of a patient boss that more than anything. Gotta be careful here. Just attack him whenever he opens up like this. And avoid the big death ray. And I lost my ring. That's not good. Oh, lordy. Alright, let's try this again, Eggman. Oh, jeez, that platform came out of nowhere. Now for the Dev Laser. Get my ring back. Okay. Ah! No! No! Lost it again! I think this Death Laser is gonna get me. That's alright. Da, 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 da. Knew I was gonna get hit there. Get another hit on him. Yeah, there we go. Okay, laser prison is destroyed. Now, this is what I was talking about. Okay, we're on Mecha Sonic and Death Egg Robot. Looky here. They give you rings. Why, I don't understand. When the main game doesn't, they give you rings in the final zone. That is actually, I'm actually grateful. I'm not gonna sit there and complain about it. I'm really happy that that they give you rings to the final boss of Sonic 2, because the main game doesn't do that. See, I can actually take a hit from Mecha Sonic, not worry about it. Gonna come over here. I think he's gonna jump. Oh no, he's gonna go do that. That's right. There we go. Okay, Mecha Sonic's destroyed. Now comes the fun part. We can fight Death Egg Robot with rings. This is nice. I can be a little bit more reckless than I have been before. There we go. Getting a free hit on him. Do 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 do. See? Take a hit, man. That's so nice. All right. Gotta shoot his arms. Hit him there. There we go. And he's just gonna walk. I'm gonna get a hit on him real quick. Like I said, I can be a little bit more reckless because I actually have rings here. And try to attack him as many times as I want to, because I don't have to worry, because they were so kind enough to give me rings during the Death Egg Zone. Oh, I got a hit on him. Good. That's all that matters. I got a hit on him. He's gonna shoot his arms. Nope, he's not gonna shoot his arms. Okay. There we go. Get another hit on him. This kind of trivializes this fight, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, yeah, he's still a hard boss fight, but the fact that I have rings, it makes it so much easier to deal with, because I don't have to sit here and like, oh, I'm gonna die if I do anything. I hate being that way, because it sounds like I'm really cocky, but it really does make this boss fight a lot easier now that I have rings. I can just do this and kind of just attack him multiple times during a boss fight and just beat him like this. But yeah, we've cleared out Sonic 2's boss rush mode. Took us 8 minutes. 25 coins there. And then finally, we're gonna take on the last game's boss rush mode, and it's kind of the beefier one because it has 2 games worth of bosses in it. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Got 11 bosses in this one. Egg Scorcher Mark III. It's again with the Death Egg Zone music. I don't know why Death Egg was there. It doesn't make any sense why Death Egg music's there. Maybe it's just because it's a boss rush mode. Anyways, Egg Scorcher Mark III. This is the 3rd time Eggman's tried a fire-based machine. Gotta watch out for where he shoots the fireballs and when he disappears on behind the waterfall. Then you just attack him like normal. Easy peasy. The Egg Vortex. I think I mentioned this before. This boss is kind of a little bit easier now if you have instant shield, if you know how instant shield works, because he's just high enough that you can extend your hitbox to hit him. So technically, you could just attack him if you're careful. Just be careful when you do it, though. You could just attack him enough height of your jump to hit him with the instant shield. So this boss kind of is a little bit easier doing it that way. All right, 3, the Egg Driller. What's it? Egg Driller Mark II. I think that's what this is called. I didn't mention this before. If you're playing Sonic by yourself, and normally in this boss fight you're like, okay, where's Tails? Tails comes and helps you even if you're playing Sonic by yourself. I forgot to mention that. If you're playing Sonic 3, that's what happens. If you're playing Knuckles, which this boss is going to be kind of different in Knuckles' story. We'll get to that when we get to the Knuckles story, because I'm actually planning on playing through Knuckles' story, because it's a lot different than normal. Alright, this boss I have trouble with. I don't really like this boss very much, because I can use Instant Shield on this boss, but I am not confident to fight him with no rings. I don't like fighting him with no rings with Instant Shield. So I just like to, you know, do this boss fight like normal. This boss always gives me trouble. So whenever he comes down to pick up his ball, that's when I attack him. Does it extend the boss fight? Yeah, it does, but that's alright. Like I said, I'd rather be safe than sorry, because I don't want to spend 20 minutes at Egg Graviton. Graviton, I think that's what this thing's called. I remember when I was doing my practice run of the boss rush mode. Yeah, this is the boss that gave me issue in Sonic 3, so... Okay, gotta be careful. He's gonna drop his ball. Man, he really dropped the ball in this boss fight. Never mind. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that whenever this is the boss that I mentioned that gives me trouble. This boss isn't really that hard. Like, when you play in the game normally, he isn't hard at all. Usually you have rings whenever you get to him. It's just, this kind of stinks when you have no rings. I don't like to... I like to bun rush everything. Especially if I have rings. I like to be reckless a little bit. Especially if I have rings. But if I don't have rings, I'm a little bit more cautious about attacking things. There we go. Egg Graviton. Destroyed. Egg Froster's another boss that's really hard. Because you have no rings. Because this boss is kind of, he comes up with a, these platforms, he shoots these ice platforms, and it goes in a set pattern here. You just have to watch where he goes. Kind of goes back and forth and everything. I just like to hit him one at a time. Goes back. Oh. And then there's sometimes he shoots two in the middle for whatever reason. I don't know why. But yeah, if he shoots you with the ice, it automatically kills you, so you can't really get any way out of that. So this boss is a little bit tougher. Okay, come on. Ah! Oh, come on! I got to the second phase, but his butt with the ice butt got me. Okay, there we go. Second phase. Do it a couple times. There we go. Okay. Oh, you just have to be careful with that one. All right. So now we're on launch base zone. And, you know, it's so funny. It says there's 11 bosses. There's actually like 13 of them because this is a 3 boss per boss fight. Yeah, you have to fight all 3 bosses of launch base zone. Granted, this boss fight's so free, I don't know why you would even bother considering it. But yeah, luckily for you, they speeded up this segment here. You don't have to fly through the whole segment again to get to the second boss of this challenge. Just to fight this guy here, try to keep all the rings I possibly can. It's easy to wombo combo him, but you're also running the risk of getting hit by that random electric ball that floats around him. Just kind of have to be careful. I want to at least keep one ring. Because we still have to fight Big Arm after this. Oh god, I'm gonna get hit. I was like, I know I'm gonna get hit. Alright, let's attack him here. My ring back. Yeah, Egg Froster is like the hardest boss because it's just like you have to time his little... Ah! There goes my ring, no! Now I have to fight Big Arm with 0 rings, but that's alright. There we go. Alright. Let me see if I can beat Big Arm with 0 rings. I like this boss fight, though. This is like my favorite boss fight in the game, though. Alright, comes from the side. Just use instant shield to hit him. Alright, he's gonna come around, do this. Come down, try to hit you with the spikes. Over him. Flies away. Alright, he's gonna come from the side again. Hit him with the insta shield. And with that, he's gonna go above everything. Fall down. Try to hit you with the spikes. As long as you know how to do instant shield, this boss fight isn't really as bad as it used to be. When I was younger, this boss fight, I hated this boss fight so much, but now, as I'm older, I love this boss. This boss is like my favorite boss in the entire game. Alright, come on down. I mean, his pattern's really predictable. He's gonna go fly off and sit there, and he's gonna try to swoop in again. That's when our chance to attack him is. There we go. There we go. Egg Cannon, Egg Rocket, and Egg Big Arm. Now we're on to the Sonic and Knuckles boss. The egg, what was it? What was this called? I didn't even pay attention, but I got hit, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so what is this called again? The Egg Scrambler. What an appropriate name for a boss by Eggman, because it's an egg and it scrambles. I really want scrambled eggs now. Go ahead and hit him a couple times. There we go. Get 3 hits on him easily. Just don't get killed in the process whenever you're trying to do a gimme hit on him. I don't want a pot shot. That's the term I'm looking for. Avoid the jumps over this way. I thought I was just clear enough to get through that. Man, it's so nice knowing that exploit exists. So it kind of sucks going through all these bosses like without doing that exploit, trying to do it in one run. I mean, it can be done. It's just, it would just be hard. I just don't understand. Like, oh, I beat him pretty easily. There we go. The Egg Hanger. We're in Flying Battery Zone. We have to do this segment where we have to outrun the platform before it crushes us. Luckily, they give us rings, so. I don't know why the spikes are there. Like, I guess it's just trying to make you lose rings upon doing this, but yeah, I can't imagine going through this, like, I probably can. I'm sure there's people who have done it plenty of times. It's just, good gosh, like, it's hard to fight all these bosses all at once. 11 bosses with, like, some of them just flat out no rings most of the time. Anyways, at least we don't have to fight that laser boss here. Alright, we just gotta jump over here and wait until he starts swinging around again. Just hit him a couple times. Alright, we take hit. Make the instant shield. Instant shield is my best friend. Alright, come on. I was gonna say, just start swinging. There we go. Egg Hanger destroyed. Now against the Egg Golem, and I give you rings here. This boss is kind of a, I'm gonna be honest with you, kind of a joke. You just come over here, just, well, not do that. Just hit him, attack him a couple times, and just keep, because he gets stunned, You just go back and forth and hit him multiple times. I'm not doing a very good job showing the casing this cheese, but you can kind of cheese this boss. Yeah, you just have to keep attacking him and then keep doing that. Like I said, I'm not doing a very good job cheesing, but it can be done. You can cheese him really easily. All right, here we go. Just hit him again. Hit him. Hit him. You just kind of go in a pattern, and you just have to keep doing that. You stun lock him, essentially. Like I said, this boss is going to be really cheesed really easily. Ah! I thought I was going to go the perfect run there. Guess I could just use my insta-shield, but... There we go. See, that's what I was trying to do, is cheese him like that. Anyways, Egg Inferno. You have to do this whole auto-scrolling segment again. And I think they might give you rings here? Yeah, they do. Okay, they give you rings here, but they don't give you a shield like they did before. So, you kind of just have to do this without a flame shield, which is not the end of the world. This boss isn't too bad. You just have to pay attention to where you're jumping. Yep, and as soon as he comes down here, you just jump from platform to platform. And this is just a waiting game boss. Jump over here, jump that way, jump, jump. Not too bad. I'd jump over here because he's going to show up on the other side. There we go. Jump there. Like I said, it's like, it's trivial with the flame shield because you can literally stand in the lava. But this boss isn't too bad even without it. Here. There. I don't know if this is the last, like, go around of that. I'm sure it probably is. No, we got one more go around. This boss takes a lot of hits. A lot of jumping around and... Oh, I got hit by something. Oh my gosh. I actually got hit. Oh, I guess we're gonna do this one more time, Eggman. Okay. Well, and now I gotta do it without no rings, because... There we go. Egg Inferno destroyed. And now, finally, because there was no bosses in Sky... Well, there was a boss in Sky Sanctuary Zone. I don't know why they didn't show that one. We're going right off to the giant egg robo. Death Egg Robo. Now we gotta do this with no rings. That's just great. Yeah, you have to actually fight this guy with no rings. Which isn't horrible. I mean, if you died in Death Egg Zone to them, you would be fighting them with no rings too, but... We're just doing this whole rigmarole again. Boss Rush mode is different if you're playing as Knuckles, because in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, he fights different things than Sonic does. But like I won't show that off until after we've done Knuckles' story, which we're gonna do soon. I do want to actually show that playthrough off. Okay, let's do this again. Nope. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Do this again. Avoid his snot nose. At least I don't have Tails screwing me up again. There we go. Ah! Dang it, I jumped too early. Alright, we're gonna try this again. Gotta jump at the last minute there. I gotta jump whenever the noise of the charging beam is done. Or whenever the flashing stops. There we go. Jump over here. Hit him again. The only person that can mess me up now is me, not Tails. Tails isn't here, so he can't accidentally kill me like he did in the playthrough. I still can't believe that happened. I knew it was gonna, like, something like that was gonna happen again. Alright, that. Hit him again. Jump. There we go. I don't like doing the duck like, people tell me, oh, you can duck. I don't like doing it though, because I don't trust it. But after we destroy a giant Eggman Robo, that's it. You don't have to fight the third phase of that boss. So, thankfully, we don't have to do that. That's in for that. So we have done boss rush mode of every game so far. That's good. Oh, gosh. This is gonna be a pretty long video because I just did all the boss rush in every game. So, in the next episode of Let's Play Sonic Origins Plus, I'm gonna be starting a giant project. We're gonna be tackling Game Gear section. And you'd probably think, oh, we're gonna look at the games themselves. No, we're gonna play through every single one of these games. Complete playthrough. Starting off with Sonic the Hedgehog 8-bit. I'll see you guys in the next episode.